because I struggle with anxiety and stuff like that, and to have like the whole world be in the same like state of anxiety as you is like the weirdest feeling. Because usually you're like you feel like shame about like how you're feeling and like because everyone else seems to have it all together, but now like no one does. So yeah, it's a strange feeling.
Melissa Mendes' most recent book is Lou. Her next graphic novel, The Wait, is currently being serialized online.
I started the wait in I think like 2015, which is crazy. When my grandfather died, um, my grandfather on my mom's side died, and um, he was like an engineer, like he worked with computers and stuff. Like he didn't, but he took this creative writing class, and he wrote an essay, like a personal essay about his life. But the best part was when he was growing up in like central New York, like Rome, New York. It's kind of near Syracuse. He just like wrote all these like amazing memories of growing up then, and he was like super poor, and his father was abusive to his mother, and they lived in a bunch of places. They lived in a trailer. He spent time at his grandparents' farm. And it's just like a lot of really like vivid memories that I never like we weren't super close. I'm on chapter 9 now, and I have 266 pages, and it's like every so often I'll go back to my grandpa's essay and like refresh something, or like I'll see something I didn't see before. And I have like a general layout of it, but um I don't have like I don't thumbnail really that much. I just kind of like do it, and it just kind of comes out, and like there's parts that end up being really stretched out that I wasn't planning for. I think I have like 200 more pages left, but I know it's insane, but maybe not. Like I don't know, it might end earlier than that. When I started it, I was also reading East of Eden by John Steinbeck, and I like those are my favorite kind of books where it's like a generational story. Well, it's going to be her whole life. Like she's born in the beginning, and then she probably will die at the end. Because the wait is like it's a very intense story, and there's a lot of like intense parts, and like violent sometimes, or just like emotional things. And I think that it's draining when I work on it too much for like a couple days. I need like a break. Like when we watch TV, I'm like, we've just been watching like marathoning King of the Hill. I don't know if you've ever watched that show. It's so great. And it's just like stuff like that. You need to like turn off your brain for a little bit. I mean, we planned this before yesterday happened when Bernie dropped out. So I've been like yesterday was a rough day. Because that was sort of like, I mean, I stopped paying attention to the news too much because it was like with the election and then with the virus, it was just like a lot. Like I wasn't totally surprised that he dropped out. I just was surprised that it happened yesterday. Um, so like a little bit of grieving going on with that. We're Democratic Socialists, and like a member of the Democratic Socialists of America, and like like just being like the establishment doesn't care about like working people, and like that's been the fight for forever, and
Mm-hmm.
like that's like where our priorities are now, and like people have been fighting for that like for so long, and this is not the end of it. It's just like it was like this crazy like amount of hope that we were able to have, like we could have a president who actually cares about us. And so yeah, that's like the grieving part, I think. Where does that hope go? Grandma called me when she heard, and like all this stuff, like like, and I got texts from people like as if like a family member had died or something, and it was like, oh, like I guess I really was pretty involved. I was on a long break from Twitter, and then once Bernie started running again, I got back on, and but I was like, recently it was just like I can't do this anymore, and I blocked it on my phone for myself except for an hour a day, and I can't remember when that hour is, so I haven't been on it at all. There's no way of knowing this, but Chuck and I kind of think that we already have it, or we already had it, I mean. Yeah, because it was like right before it all happened, we were like, we had this weird like flu where we were like just really tired for like days and just felt horrible. And I had like this like chest like pressure kind of thing. And so part of me thinks that, I don't know. But my sister's the same as me. Like we're not, this is like exactly what our anxiety is like hypochondria kind of. So we're both like she yells at my mom every time my mom says she went to the store and like stuff like that. Yeah, I wonder if like the doomsday preppers right now are like so smug. So like, yeah, look at all you people like learning how to do canning and like buying up all the toilet paper. Like we've been doing this for years. So Chuck and I just bought a house in Adams, Massachusetts, and we moved in December, I think. Yeah. So we've been here a few months. It's awesome. We're very lucky. Like I mean, it's amazing. Like all of our neighbors are like older and retired, so they're like all. We've met a couple of them, but everyone's very like keeps to themselves, kind of. I have been doing like home improvement projects. I've been really into, or like, so yesterday after heard the news about Bernie, I'm like working on a coffee table, so like refinishing it and like painting it and stuff. And I was like, I have to just do this today. Like I can't sit at my desk because it's too much like sitting in my head. So yeah, I'm grateful for stuff like that. We've been trying to to keep our same schedule of like working, and I'm a little more freaked out by stuff, so I make Chuck do all the grocery shopping. It didn't change our lives that much because like this is what our lives are, is we work at home and we don't go out a lot. The thing that's been hard is that my sister and my mom live close by, and my sister, like my niece, lives here too, and I haven't been able to see them, which sucks. But we video chat a lot, and I realized like with my grandma too, and like I've been talking to them more than I did in normal life. Because and it's sometimes like today we talked, but I was just like, okay, I have nothing else to say.